Welcome to our kitchen. Today we prepare an ancient Roman dish from the first book of the Re Coquinaria, called Ipotrimma. We start with the ingredients. We need cheese, dry mint, white wine vinegar, olive oil, garum, white wine, defritum, honey, and then raisins, dates, pine nuts, black pepper, and lovage. We grind in the mortar the spices and dry mint. It is unclear exactly how this dish should turn out according to the intentions of the author, if it is meant to be a liquid or a firmer dish. In our book Ancient Roman Cooking, which you find on Amazon in English and Italian, we suggested a firmer consistency, with a good amount of cheese, perfect to be spread on bread. This time instead we are trying a quite liquid sauce that we use as a dressing for roast pork and pickled olives. The name Ipotrimma is more or less the Greek equivalent to Latin moretum, and hints to ingredients pounded in the mortar, but reveals nothing about the consistency or the use. You don't need very much to prepare historical dishes, but a mortar is maybe the only necessary tool, and if you don't have it, we recommend buying one. Clearly, you may substitute it with a spice grinder and a food processor, but a mortar makes you live the authentic experience of cooking in a different time. Then we added pine nuts, a few raisins, one date, and cheese. The ingredients for this sauce are a little unbalanced toward sweetness, being used 4 sweet ingredients: raisins, dates, honey, and defritum, which is boiled down grape juice. To prepare defritum or carenum, which is the other option suggested by the author, is very simple. Destem the grapes, pound them in the mortar without crushing too many seeds to prevent the juice from becoming bitter, and cook the juice at low heat until it reduces by 1/3 or half of the original volume. In this sauce the sweetness is balanced by the spices, garum, and 2 acidic ingredients, wine and vinegar, with mint to give a fresh taste and cheese and pine nuts to smooth out the flavors and thicken the sauce. Pepper and lovage are quite spicy together, but this sauce needs a bit of spiciness to balance the sweet ingredients, so a good quantity may be 2 pinches each. If you don't have lovage, you can substitute it with fennel or anise seeds, as recommended by Pliny and Dioscorides. The flavors will be different, but good anyway. In this case, use a bit more black pepper. A good ratio among the other ingredients may be 1 teaspoon each of garum, olive oil, defritum, and honey, and 1 tablespoon of vinegar and wine, for about 40 grams of cheese and 10 grams of pine nuts. If you prefer a sauce for fish, we recommend using a bit more vinegar and wine. For a sauce for cheese or vegetables, use a bit more sweet ingredients. For example, a couple of dates, 2 tablespoons of defritum, and some more raisins. The author recommends using sweet cheese, which means a cheese with low salt content. It is clearly meant to be pounded in the mortar, like all the other ingredients, so we suggest a cheese firm enough, for example fresh caciotta. Then we add garum and honey and dilute with defritum, vinegar and wine. To know more about defritum, lovage, cheese and olive oil in the antiquity, check out our Patreon page, in which you find articles and translations of ancient and medieval sources, among which the first 3 books of the Re Coquinaria. In addition to ancient Roman cooking, it's available on Amazon our new book, Registrum Coquine, a Medieval Cookbook, in both ebook and print editions. To support our work, you can also buy us a beer or purchase our merchandise. You find all the links in the description below. This sauce turned out spicy and sweet and sour, perfect to dress roasted pork or lamb, with a hint of Mediterranean flavors given by lovage and mint. It was also perfect on pickled olives, which we accompanied with artolaganon, an ancient Greek bread. You find all the links in the description below. If you're interested in ancient foods and flavors, subscribe our channel and consider supporting us on Patreon.